What can a special needs trust pay for? How to use your trust safely. Hi, I'm Eric with First Maryland Disability Trust. One of the most common questions we get is, what can I actually use my special needs trust for? Let's break it down in plain English so you can use your trust safely without putting your benefits at risk. As a reminder, this video is just general information. It is not meant to be legal or financial advice. Everyone's situation is different, so please talk to a qualified professional before making any changes. A special needs trust can pay for almost anything that helps a person with a disability, provided it is used correctly. Here's what's allowed. This is not an exhaustive list, it is not all encompassing. If you have questions about whether something would be allowed or not, talk to your trustee. A very good rule of thumb is as long as you're using it for the sole benefit of the individual and it is not paying for housing, the trust can probably pay for it. In most cases, the trustee will have to make sure that there is no other funds available because these trusts are supplemental needs trusts if it's a third party trust. So going back to what can it pay for? It can pay for medical or dental care not covered by Medicaid. It can cover public transportation and ride shares. That would be bus passes, Uber rides. It could even buy a car for the individual with a disability, the beneficiary, or pay for car repairs if they have a car. It can pay for education, training, classes, books, supplies. That can be through college or vocational. It doesn't have to be credit classes if they just want to take something just to take it that's not going to work and earn towards a degree. They can take that. And it can cover therapy, assistive technology, internet, furniture, vacation, hobbies, anything and everything that supports the person's well being. It can even pay for an individual to go with the person with the disability on vacation if they need staff. And that's important to know because very often when an individual is on a Medicaid waiver and they have staff, that agency is not going to pay for the individual to go on vacation. They'll pay the salary, but they're not going to cover airfare or hotel. And the trust will pay for that kind of stuff for an individual who's supporting a person with a disability. Here's the part people miss. If you're on supplemental security income, housing costs like rent, mortgage, and utility bills can reduce your SSI if the trust pays for it directly. The best way to avoid this, if you qualify, would be to have an ABLE account that is paying for your rent or mortgage. It's not the end of the world. There are going to be some cases where the trust has to pay for rent or mortgage, and you're just going to deal with the fact that your supplemental security income is reduced by 1/3. Just be aware of it. Medicaid usually doesn't care. SSI does, and you don't have to worry about counting food. The best thing to do is do not give cash directly to a beneficiary. Never, ever, not ever. Do not give cash directly to a beneficiary. Don't pay reimbursements unless you're sure it won't trigger a penalty. Very often, people get a little frustrated with their trustees because they're not being reimbursed in as quickly of time as they would like. And there's a couple reasons for that. First, if the service done was never cleared with the trustee, meaning the trustee didn't authorize the work being done or the service being done and did not receive perhaps two or three bids if it's something big, then the trustee is not going to pay for it because they never authorized the work. The second reason is if the work was authorized, but there's no receipts showing how much was actually paid. So you have to submit all the documentation that the trustee is asking for to make sure you're reimbursed. And if you're serving as trustee, you want to make sure you get that documentation to support to support the distribution you make if you're paying a reimbursement. Have the trust pay vendors directly whenever possible. And this is really important. Keep very good records, and when in doubt, ask before spending the money. Thank you for watching this quick guide on what special needs trusts can pay for. If you found this helpful, please like and subscribe for more short videos on disability benefits and financial tools. We publish a new video every other Thursday at 10:30 a.m. If you have questions or topics that you would like us to cover, please drop those in the comments or reach out info@firstmdtrust.org. Thank you.